Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 27th of November. So, as ever, starting with the euro dollar, and yesterday fulfilled what I expected. I mean, it ran into the weekly pivot and rolled over. So, pretty much fulfilling this downward trend, and I remain bearish on the euro on the bigger scales and bigger time frames, and certainly on the short-term time frames. Now, a little bit wary of what's happening here at the moment. If we cut, I mean, it did have a little bit of divergence at the lows there, but this seems to be working off. And I say divergence, but the RSI did pitch up a bit high and probably work that off on that retracement back to the weekly pivot there in 50 MAs, 4-hourly 50. So where to? Well, this is the sticky bit here because we've got an untouched daily pivot just above us, although I'm going to have a quick look on the composite price level and see if that's been ticked off. Let's have a look on the composite price. Now, this composite price is just a whole group of currencies. No, see, E-signal post block together and take the effectively the averages, I guess. But you see it's not been hit on that either. So that's all I just wanted to have a look at. So there is that potential it may come back, although it was only within a couple of pips of touching. Range relatively tight yesterday. It doesn't look as tight as it really is, but it's not big moves here. But we're seeing here. It's just measure yesterday's price action. Yeah, just 56, 57 pips somewhere in that region. So not very big movements. I can't see big movements occurring today really either. We've got today, I mean, we had Draghi speaking yesterday, but he did little for the market. But there again, he is generally continuing to say what he said 2 weeks earlier, not necessarily what he's going to say 2 weeks later. Where we're sitting here today, Tuesday, we've got the OPEC meetings as starting all day. That could create some volatility among the more oil focused currencies such as the Canadian dollar, US and Aussie dollar, to a degree US dollar. Side of that, we got FM. It's all late stuff actually today. We've got nothing really during the morning. Got FOMC member Clarida speaking at 1:30. Now that's a main member, one of the permanent voters, so has more influence. Side of that, you've got Bostic speaking at 7:30. All these things, consumer sentiment at 3 o'clock, and then running into the New Zealand data coming out at 8 o'clock, and the New Zealand governor speaking at 10 p.m. So long after I'll be finished trading. Probably be eating a Thai meal at that point. So where are we going from here? Well, we may be choked a little bit by the S1 below us. It may pitch on a little bit further because it's so tight here. These pivots, you can see how pinched they are. So may just run off towards the S2 or maybe further. But at the moment, as I say, bearish there. Just waiting for retracement, such as the 8 o'clock pivot might be one of them. Pound, pretty much similar picture in terms of its bearishness here on the daily picture. It's again, it ran through the weekly pivot yesterday. It's ticked that box off. It's just breaking some last week's lows there and looking soft altogether. Now, this isn't necessarily a Brexit related bit of selling here, just general selling here at the moment. Looks like it's got further downside to be had as well. So, but again, pivots are pinched, so S2, well, it's not too far off of being hit, and then maybe even S3 may be coming to play today. Dollar yen. So I've been bearish on the yen, and yesterday saw a good solid continuation of this up move there on the daily picture, coming down to the 4-hourly picture, and it's just continuing to see this sort of shove upwards, and pretty much doesn't seem to be a lot of risk moves at the moment, but I'll probably say that, and then we'll see risk coming back, the action coming back into the yen and it being bought. But for now, there is a bit of divergence on the short-term time frame there on the 4-hourly. I can see, and it's got a daily pivot below, which may just come down. But to be quite honest, I'd be rather it come back to say the 60-minute 50 and be looking to buy it. Rather than anything else. Yes, as I said, there is a bit of divergence. Let that work itself off, and then look for buys. Okay, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is a bit more, you can see on this daily picture, a bit more choppy, and yes, yesterday it did actually pitch up. It's a sort of can be one of the stronger pairings. There was a sort of bit of divergence across. I don't know if those picked up on the longer range here. No, MACD, no, it wasn't. But there was a bit of divergence pitching up there, and the bigger time frames maybe as well. It's struggling to push up higher. It's really struggling at the moment. Range is very rangy, as you can see from most of last week. It's sort of sat in the range of what it did yesterday. So quite often when you see a tight market like this, it's going to do something. At the moment, it would potentially look like it's going to do something to the downside. It's spiked up, big spike up there on news, I assume. Yep. Tuesday, we've not had anything Australian there. Okay, so spike anyway then. But we saw the spikes come through on the euro and the pound, so maybe that was part of that. But it is looking weak again. So that's the Aussie. Finally, whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Canadian dollar. Finally, the Canadian dollar here. What's going on? This more solid pair of hands here. It's slowly still pushing upwards. As I said, there is plenty of data coming out later this evening in UK time, GMT, 8 and 10 o'clock. So that may stall it a little bit, but we'll see. Pushing up at the moment, still bullish, whereas everything else is rolling. This is still pushing up. There we go. It doesn't look half as bad as anything else, so still got some potential to push further. Come back to the 4 hourlies, and well, it may be at some point running into last week's sort of highs there. Okay, that's it for me. News wise then today, I've already covered that, so have a great day. Bye for now.